Hey there, I'm Chase with Prism Media, and I'm in Richmond, British Columbia, where there was recently a school board hearing on whether or not to implement a new sex ed policy called SOGI, Sexual Orientation and Gender Identity. This had a lot of people up in arms, but it also gathered quite a bit of support. So we went and talked to them, and we're going to see what they had to say.
I believe that education will definitely help. I believe education will eliminate stereotypes and stigma surrounding LGBTQ youth. And I basically believe that misunderstanding is the root cause of all homophobia and transphobia.
God made us and He gave us miraculous, wonderful bodies. And He gave us imaginations. And all of a sudden the imaginations they're taking it as, oh no, you have to change them right away to make them what they're just pretending to be. Or, you know, I think of with kids as they grow older and they have to decide what they want to be. They can't even decide that when they're in high school. So how can they, in kids, decide something that is just so wrong?
Yes, you can't convert somebody's sexual orientation. Also, SOGI education will not it's not meant to indoctrinate children or anything of the sort. It's meant to simply educate and clear up any misunderstandings.
I survived the 50s where there was institutionalized discrimination against gay people. The first person to come out with AIDS in this community publicly. I'm glad I congratulate the school board for having passed this policy. What people need to know is 30% of the suicides of people under 18 are gay people, and the number of suicides in gay men is 7 times higher than heterosexuals, and with women it's about twice. So there's a need to stop bullying.
It shouldn't be in the schools. Maybe in higher school, but not in elementary. You know, we send our grandkids and kids to school, and teachers are supposed to teach them what honorable, true, right, moral, you know, to have healthy bodies and minds, not to bring confusion.
I don't see how my sexuality or anybody else's impinges on their rights, or why they have a need to go after us. I mean, I thought we'd gotten beyond this. So it also, looking at the makeup of the crowd, it causes racial division in this community. So haven't they got anything better to do?
SOGI policy line by line. The policy is nothing but against freedom of speech. It is nothing but being excluding, nothing but being censors and bullying. Anyone knows the damage that puberty blockers could harm the health of young students. When students grow up, they would not have any chances to regret, because the physical damage is unretractable.
Because values of some are being elevated, the values of others are being put down. A policy that gives preferential treatment to the protections and concerns of some cannot result in equal treatment for all. If preferential treatment is given to some, all are not going to be equal, and this policy does that. There are statements in here that say things like, the Richmond Board of Education values the diversity present within the Richmond School District. The district is responsible for ensuring that school cultures are safe, welcoming, inclusive, and affirming for all students and members of the district community. Done. And I've seen that in the school with my kids. Finally, I want to just bring up that it mentions that This policy states that it shall carefully observe and enforce and support the letter and spirit of the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. And then it omits one of the very first fundamental, and that's the charter wording, fundamental freedoms. This does not observe or recognize either the letter or the spirit of the charter when it cuts religion out. And this policy disregards Muslim families, Christian families, Jewish families, Sikh families, their family values. It elevates something else. Thank you.
Report released by the Canadian Centre for Child Protection. This report disclosed that nearly 1,300 Canadian children were victims of sexual offences carried out by school staff over the last 2 decades. Many of the offenders engaged in grooming their victims. Grooming methods included building trust with the child, assuming a caring role, and then alienating the child from their parents. The SOGI policy, in a similar manner, alienates children from their parents by excluding a partnership with parents in the policy. The school district already has a policy in place for diversity and inclusion, Policy 102, which observes the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. Policy 102, however, encourages a working partnership with parents and educational staff. Partnership between parents and educational staff has been excluded in the SOGI policy. Why was this vital partnership has been excluded from the SOGI policy? Also, is Policy 102 not enough to protect the rights and freedoms of all groups? It appears that one minority group is being awarded special privilege by having a separate policy.
The speaker's time.
Can I have my time back, please?
Well, in the end, the board voted in favor of SOGI with a final vote of 5-2. Unfortunately, though, it seems like this whole scenario has divided the community immensely. The people in favor of it claim it's for nothing more than acceptance and education, while the people against it believe in strong traditional family values. How is this really going to impact our children? Only time will tell. I'm Chase with Prism Media, and I'll see you next time.
Please come, okay? This is 5. Ask for 5, please. Mr. Sergeant, it's up to you.
This is a way to make sure that our schools are safe, caring environment.
Sorry.